I've never talked about this online ever. This is going to be kind of like a podcast episode, and I'm going to talk about why you need to stop trying to go viral, and in essence, why virality is the worst thing that could happen to a creator as a creator who went viral. Let me set the scene for what this virality looked like. Grab a tea, grab a snack, put in your headphones, and I'm going to tell you a story. So it was January 2020, and I was a grade 12 student, and this was before COVID had even begun. TikTok was really popular at the time, and I started making videos just like everybody else was doing. I think it was probably my 10th or so video. I posted Put a Finger Down Self-Conscious Edition. I almost didn't post it because I was self-conscious about the video, and I thought people at school would make fun of me. And genuinely, I was already being like bullied and excluded in that sense, like at school, that I didn't want to make my situation worse. But, I wasn't really thinking about that. I was kind of just like, oh, well, I made this video about being self-conscious that, I want to see if other people relate to it. So I was like, it's kind of the essence of the video. So I posted it. I think maybe like an hour or two that it was posted, it got like 200 likes, and I had never gotten a video that had that many likes before, so I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. And then we went to bed. My sister and I shared a room, so in the morning she was like, hey, like your video's at 13,000 likes, and I was like, no way, like you're joking. I checked my phone and it's at 13,000 likes, of course, and I was like, wow, like I've never had this happen. And at the time in high school, if you had like a viral video, everyone was like, oh my god, that's so cool, you're so cool. So I was like kind of like, oh my god, like what are people at school gonna think about this? Throughout the day, the video amassed to over, I think like 160,000 likes, which is insane. I'm always blown away when things go viral. I felt the need that I had to make more Put a Finger Down videos because I was like, oh, like I can't just have one viral video, like let me try to like make momentum with this, which is smart, like that's totally okay. But it definitely resulted in my burnout with social media in that first go at social media, because I felt like, okay, this is what the viewers want to see. Like I need to keep making these videos. So alongside like everyone was dancing on TikTok, I like started doing that. I was also like doing the Put a Finger Down videos. While I was doing these Put a Finger Down videos and these dancing videos, like everybody else was doing on social media, on TikTok, people started to comment on my posts saying, oh, like you look like Charli D'Amelio. Oh my God, you're copying Charli D'Amelio. Oh my gosh, identity theft is not a joke. Someone actually DM'd me that. It was like she was like 5 years old or like 10 years old. And she's like, my mom's a lawyer and identity theft is not a joke. And I remember just like, I used to get like 200 DMs a day. Like it was insane. And I think that's also a whole nother part of it, which I'll get into. But yeah, people just started comparing me. I couldn't even be my own. How do I word this? I couldn't even be myself because people were just online telling me who I was. You are Charli. And like people would follow me because they were like, oh, it's like we're getting more Charli content, which like love her. There's just like absolutely no shade to like her. It's just like, this is just what happened. And it is something that happened to like a lot of other creators too. They just like constantly compared girls with like dark hair and brown eyes to Charli, which is affected her as well. But yeah, I kind of just relied on dances and Put a Finger Down videos because that was doing well. And then I had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos get over like 100,000 likes. Eventually over time, the Put a Finger Down videos and the dance videos kind of phased off. Like dances are not really a thing on TikTok anymore the way that they used to be. And that kind of affected what I was able to post. And then I kind of felt lost in this time where I felt like I had to like trend hop. So I was kind of seeing what other creators were posting, and I was like, oh, okay, well, if they're going viral for this, like let me copy that, and like let me not like copy, like steal someone's idea, but like, like if it's a trend, then everyone would hop on that trend. And I was just kind of doing that, but that was unsustainable. And at that point, I honestly feel like I was just like trying to get my momentum back because it felt shitty to have amassed this following and then not be really able to do anything with it. But that was because I was relying on virality, doing what people wanted to see rather than doing what made me happy. And I think that's where I'll segue into this next idea of why it's important to do what makes you happy to post rather than always doing the trend or always doing what initially is successful on your page. Because initially I'd liked making certain types of videos, but because that put a finger down video did really well, I was like, oh, well, now this is all I have to post about. And I didn't really have a niche, which is kind of the next point after. I didn't really have a niche. I was just kind of posting. I honestly didn't start TikTok with the intention to go viral or to like gain that many followers that quickly. I think that like with my social media now, I would not want virality because I need time to develop my brand and my community and what I stand for on my account. So that's where I'm going to transition to niching down. I'm sure everyone hears every single YouTuber or influencer talking about get a niche. Like, we know. But it is, in essence, a little bit important. I think that there's flexibility in what you can post. Like for me, I really like posting positivity content. I like talking about my skincare journey as someone who has struggled for years with acne and is now on Accutane. I think I've always just wanted to be raw and authentic online. And I think at the start in 2020, the girl I was 6 years ago, she was still in high school and she was scared what people would think about her. Now, 6 years later, I have gotten over all those fears and I know the impact that I want to make on the internet and in the world. And that is me by posting each video is me trying to take one step forward towards that goal. But for me, in terms of niching down, it has helped me know the kind of people that I want to attract to my account. It's not, for me, the difference between how I look at social media now versus how I looked at social media then. I feel like I looked at social media then as like, oh, I want to be like an influencer and I want to get free stuff and I want to make money from social media. And it's okay if you think that way and that's how you feel towards social media. But I'll tell you that that is how I felt. And it's very easy to get discouraged and want to give up when you do look at it that way. When I looked at it this way, now the way I look at it as I don't care about followers. I don't care about making money. I don't care about being an influencer or getting PR. If those things happen, that's awesome, but that's not my intention. And I know that the way that I'm approaching social media, those things will come with time as long as I stay consistent and disciplined and show up for myself, because this is something that I want to build and not something that I just want to go viral. I look at my social media now as I'm building a portfolio. I'm trying to build a community. I want to build a community that people can feel seen, heard, and inspired to chase their dreams. And that's kind of my essence. But the essence of my account, Dear Emily B, is that I am writing letters to my younger self about like things I wish I knew when I was younger, and also just like giving like my younger self the confidence to believe in herself. And that's what she needed, was she needed the confidence to believe in herself, because she was so bright and could have even accomplished so many things then, but she just lacked confidence to take those risks in life and to not care what people think. And now I'm there. Now I have the confidence and I don't care what people think. I know the impact I want to make in the world, and that's what I'm doing, is taking those steps. But it's such a different perspective towards social media that I have now that I didn't have then. And I do think that niching down helped. I do think that, you can change your pillars as you go. When I started initially, like, you just have to start. You cannot be like, oh, I don't feel like I have the perfect pillars, or what if I start posting about this and then like I changed my mind. That is okay. You can change your mind. There's literally no one saying like, oh, if you start posting this, like it is your account. And also like chances are when you're trying to figure things out, like no one's really watching anyways. Like people are watching, if you know what I mean by that. But like, but like no one's actually like really, really watching. So like you have time to change your mind. And even if you have 1 million followers and you want to change your mind, that is okay too. Post what feels right and post what makes you happy. And I think that that's more important than posting to try to go viral, because honestly, it didn't really do any of benefit to me. It helped me make money during COVID, which, hey, that helped. But like, I got a bunch of free stuff. I felt like I was promoting things that I didn't even believe in, which I'll touch on that in a second. Yeah, actually, I'll touch on that. When I initially went viral on social media in TikTok, during that time, I was overwhelmed with the amount of companies that wanted to send me stuff. I was like, oh my God, free stuff. Like, oh, they want to pay me a crazy amount of money to promote their product that I had never tried. And I was just overwhelmed and excited, and I just kind of like took everything that went like in my direction. And I think that also shot me in the foot, because I was like posting so many ads and people were like, I don't want to see ads, which is so fair. And that's why now I am so strict about the brands that reach out to me and who I say yes to. And it's hard because free stuff, who doesn't want free stuff, right? But you have to think about, and I didn't think about this before, was that when you're promoting something on your account, it could make people steer away and not want to follow you anymore because they just feel like they're being fed marketing all the time. Yeah, it's kind of hard to say no so often, but I'm only really collaborating now with brands that I truly believe in. One brand that I work with called Bloom, and they're absolutely incredible. It's a Canadian brand founded by two incredible women who actually experienced what it was like to have cystic acne, and so that's why they created this skincare brand called Bloom. And so like that really aligns with what I post in terms of skincare and positivity and helping people in the world. So I see that as like, okay, that's someone I would work with. I think sometimes when you say no to people and you're very picky with who you collaborate with, the right people will come your way. So you just have to trust. And social media is so evolving because it's not what it was before. I think people are realizing that I mean, maybe they're not, because maybe if you clicked on this video, you're like, whoa, why should I not want to go viral? Virality happens on like TikTok and like Reels, like on Instagram. But I think honestly, like I can see that it's going to be steering clear towards like podcast and long form content in this battle with AI. Oh, that's a whole nother other video, so I'm not even going to get into that. This is what you should look into when you want to start social media. I think it's this idea of when you're posting and maybe your videos are getting 0 views, and that's okay. Because one, no one's seeing it, so who cares? And two, you're building a portfolio. You are trying to build a community. You need to have all these videos because if one does get some traction, people typically go to your account and they will go check out other videos that you've posted. And if they like what you're posting, then, they're more likely to follow. Social media is ever evolving, and it is not, I don't know, like people, you need a lot to be able to follow. And especially if you have a viral video, people aren't going to follow the way that they did like 6 years ago from a viral video. But just think about like, what can you offer people? And for me, I was like, well, at first I was like, I really want to do stuff with skincare, but I feel that that's kind of like a pillar. But the essence for me is that I want to like spread positivity and make social media a positive place where people like can be uplifted, because social media can be such an unmotivating, like negative space. And like, I just don't want that. So I want to be a positive force if I can. Yeah, that's what I want to offer people, is positivity and help and guidance to help them chase their dreams and goals, because I think everyone should have the ability to chase their dreams. Like, you get one life. So that's pretty much it. I think I'm probably going to end there. I We'll probably create a second episode about how I overcame the fear of posting online. So if you're interested in hearing about that, come back. In essence, to recap, virality is not what you need. Rome wasn't built in a day. You need to nurture your craft and like fine tune your videos, and it'll all come with time. Everything does. So just trust the process, stop trend hopping, and keep making videos that you love making. And you know, I saw Mr. Beast say like try to improve your videos like one thing in your videos each time. Just keep working towards it and it'll happen. You just need to show up for yourself. Thank you so much for watching and listening, tuning in. And yeah, well, I'll see you on the next episode.